introducing the webinar today. In this webinar, you'll be shown the new line tagging feature in the zTPFGI editor. It'll be presented by my colleague Steve Reeves. Steve's a user interface developer with TPF software and is part of the team that worked on the zTPFGI graphical interface. After Steve's presentation, we can have time for questions. If you want to ask a question, please click the hand raise symbol in the GoToWebinar app. You can then be unmuted so that you can ask your question. Alternatively, you can type your question into the chat window of the GoToMeeting app. In this case, your question will be read out so that an expert can answer it. So now, without further ado, I'll hand over to Steve.
Thank you, Viola. Today our webinar is over Advanced Line Tagging with Editor. And we feel our product is easy to use. At TPF Software, we know we have a great editor. Many of us use it daily. Even so, we're always looking for new ways to make our products even better. And one of those features is the Editor Modification Tag. This feature helps us focus on code changes made by both the user at a project level and file level. We support Assembler, C, C++, and SaberTalk. And we use hotkeys to make the feature even more usable and easily readily available. This feature is a part of our new upcoming release 1.3.50. Part of the benefits are it does provide both manual and automatic line tagging for project and host PC files. The manual tagging gives the user the ability to tag only the lines selected, and it can be multiple lines. The automatic tagging also gives the user the ability to tag all lines that have changed automatically. And we have the ability to comment out and add a line tag at the same time in the same keystroke. And the tags get remembered at the project and file levels, eliminating the need for the user to re-enter the tags again, and this hence saves more time. There's two types of tagging that we have available. One is at the project level and the other is at the file level. The project level allows the user to add a global tag to all files in the project. So once that project level tag is set, you don't have to reset it for any files in the project. It can just be active. It'll tag all changes in the files using the project tag properties, and the project level tagging can only be used within a project or files within a project. The file level tagging allows the user to add the line tag at the file level. It can be used inside or outside a project. So if you have a project open and you need to do a file level tagging on a specific file in that project, that can be done. And any file that's open outside of a project is automatically set to the file level tagging. As such, the file tag always will override the project tag properties when it's selected or used. Our tagging options, we're going to look at how to set up the line tagging properties, and we're going to use these features both with the menu and by using our insert tag shortcut, our remove tag shortcut, and our comment out and tag shortcuts. And insert, remove, and comment can be used on multiple lines. Now the first file I have open here is a series of two files that are in this project, zTPF1. Now there's a couple of ways that you can initially set this up to set your project or file level tagging. You can have a file open in which you can right click and come down to tag and set the line tagging properties, which a dialog box will come up, or you can set it from an actual file. The third way is at a project level you can also come up and hit project properties, which you can choose the line tagging selection. Let's cancel this back out for a second. Let's open it this way. Okay, since we've chose to open it from a file and not the project level menu, we have two options here. We have project level settings, which we can set, or we have the file level settings, which you can set. Right now, let's concentrate on the project level settings. In order to edit these, we want to come over and say Edit Project Settings. This is going to open another dialog box that we saw earlier. And we're going to set our project tag here. Now, our project tag can be 8 characters long, and we want to start it with a different character like the @ sign or another type of character that we would use. We'll just use the same as the example here and just put test. And currently right now we're just going to use this as a manual file tag. We'll come back to insert automatically in a moment. We want to hit OK to save that. And you'll see that this project level up here does get set with our selections. And we want to choose OK again, and this locks in those settings. Now if I come out to this file here, test1, and I decide I've made a change and I want to tag this line, I can either go to the menu and say Insert Tag, or I could just hit Control-J. And that's going to put our tag out here to the right up to line 71. Now, in assembler files, we don't mark into line 71. It's used for various purposes like extenuating characters to extend the line to another line. So we stop our tag here. Now at this point I need to tell you that if the tag is too long, if the text extends past the allotted space and the tag is too long, it cannot be inserted. Your line would need to be condensed. In this situation, the print line here gave us plenty of space to add the tag. Now if we wanted to remove the tag, we could come in and say Control-Q to remove it. And these three functions right here, Control-J, Control-Q, and Shift-Control-J, work the same across all file types. Now at this point we could also comment out and tag this line. And as we do that, you're going to notice that the tag will move to the left side of the screen to mark it as a comment. Let's back up for a moment. So now let's say I want to comment out. Let's go ahead and tag, let's just tag this line. And I'm going to go over and I'm going to work in another file in the project. We'll go to test2. Basically the same file, just structured a little differently. If we look at our line tag properties here, and we say use the project level settings, because that's what we want because we're in a project, you will see that this tag gets brought forward into this file. And as such, we can tag this line with the same tag that we keep in this other file. Now there may be a chance in any of these files that belong to a project where you want to use a file level tag instead. In order to do that, we'll go back to our tag properties. We will turn off the use project level settings. These will remain, but we just won't use them. And we can set a different tag here. So now if we tag this line, we're going to get our file level tag. And this file level tag will always overwrite the project level tag. If we choose to go back to the project level, we can do so by changing back project level settings. Now this brings up an interesting thing, because right here we have a file level setting, but we want to tag with a project level setting. In this case, both tags will be available for the file. If we choose to tag the project level setting with a file level setting, it will overwrite the file. It will overwrite that tag to the latest file. Now let's go back real quick and let's look at an automatic type tag. An automatic tag happens when we set the automatic tag to be available. We're going to do this at the project level right now because we're using the project tag. And here we're going to set the tag automatically, which means any changes that we make will get tagged. So if we go to this line and we hit a return key, for instance, it's going to automatically be tagged. If we change any other line, if we let's say we put another space down here, it's going to get tagged also. Now let's look over here for just a second. Let's look at the other feature now with line tagging. Let's just go in and put a file. This is a file level. And this tag can be anything. Let's automatically insert a tag, and let's skip automatic tagging for comments. Now what that'll do is if you put a comment in the file, it's not going to tag that comment. So here we added a comment, but it did not add a tag. And that's one way to use that. Also, if you want to tag the comment automatically, we can turn that back on. Let's copy this. And here, in this situation where this tag came into play, it automatically added the comment and the tag. Now let's take a look at just commenting out with a tag. So let's say we want to comment out this function. I think I accidentally moved the cursor. Here we've commented out with our tag. We've put the comment at the first, and we've voided out, commented out the entire line. Let's come back to our line tagging properties. Same thing here. If we turn off the use project level settings at this particular file, we can come down and set the file level settings. We can insert a tag automatically, and we can turn on or off the ability to skip automatic tagging for the comments. As such, any commands that are put in to this file now will get tagged. And the tagging, as I said, works the same whether you're in C++, assembler. The only different variation is the way the files will get commented out based on the file type that you're using. This is an easy process. Now the other thing that I want to show is, let's untag these few lines, because these lines have a continuation character. Let's just go ahead and get rid of these. I'm going to turn off the insert tag automatically. And let's say that in this scenario we wanted to come up on this particular line and we wanted to comment out this line. We have a continuation character here, so in this situation the tag should comment out all lines. In each scenario where you have a continuation character, the comment will continue through the full block of lines. Now in some situations there may be a situation where might come about that you want to have the ability to tag a blank line. And we've allowed for that. The tag is put in on the blank line. That situation came up. Not sure how it would be used that way, but we do have that capability. And depending on the type of file, depends on where this line would get tagged. Let's set our line tagging properties here. Let's take a look at tagging on a blank line in a SaberTalk file. Okay, I guess we're not tagging on a SaberTalk file. Let's, since we haven't looked at SaberTalk files, let's take a look at tagging here on this line with the feature character here. In this situation, our tag will get put to the right. Now let's untag it, and let's take a look at what a comment will do. Our comments will push this character to the right and set the comment character here and comment the entire line. And there may be a situation in some files where you incidentally comment that you tag a comment line. In this situation, it will move the comment characters out to the right to enclose the entire line as a tagged comment line. I think we have covered the ease of use and the functionality of our line tagging feature. If anybody has any questions, we will take questions now.
David, you're unmuted, so you can ask questions directly to Steve.
Okay, thank you. Excellent presentation. Over on the C++ module,
Okay.
you used a special character. You used the @ sign. Any reason for that particular special character as opposed to any other?
No, actually, you can use any character here that you'd like. I just choose the @ sign because it's what we show here as an example. But any other character can be used.
Okay,
Any special character.
Okay, sounds good. You're demoing the C++. We have modules that, although some people don't like it, it gives you the capability to have code that extends past card column 80. Can you demo that with and tag it?
Yes, let's just, how would you like me to do that? Just put a row of characters out there and tag it? So in that scenario, the line extends past column 80, and we attach our tag onto the end of the line there.
Okay, so it doesn't squawk. It doesn't try to do line wrap at all.
No.
That's excellent. That's what I was concerned about.
Now, assembler will be different.
Yeah, I understand. Similar saber talk. That's fine. Those two archaic dinosaurs can live on. Hold on. Covered up my questions. Somebody IM'd me. Hold on. I'm getting back to the program. Oh, it looked like on auto tagging when you were at the project level, the tag didn't show up until you hit the enter key. Is that true? Can you cursor off it? Can you mouse off it and still have the tag appear?
Well, I believe what has to happen is that let's go back over to the project level file, and let's take a look at that. Go back to our project level. Usually we enter off of it. When you curse off of it, you really haven't made a line change. But let's say we make a line change and we go to the next line by mousing off of it. Then it's going to show up.
So the mouse event caught that change.
Yes, and I'm not an assembler programmer, so you know, I'm not exactly sure what should be here. But let's say I went into NoGen here and I added some other character. Yeah, anything.
Yeah,
We'll add a couple of commas here. And I'm just going to I'm going to come down here and click down here. So it does add a tag if the line has changed, yes.
Perfect.
So it doesn't always be an inner character.
Right. I've got a question here regarding the / comment in C++. You tagged a line. Can you go in the C++ program? Can you tag an individual line? I was trying. For some reason, I had a question as to how it created a comment. Comment and tag, or tag and comment, whichever is the appropriate.
Okay, you want to comment and tag?
Yeah.
Okay, right there.
So it does the // okay, as opposed to. I don't know why. I wish I would have. I've forgotten whether my question applied to assembler, SaberTalk, or C. Sorry about that. Okay, you did the Beyond card, column 80. I think that's all my questions. Would you be so kind as to do the comment over in SaberTalk for that same thing, comment and tag?
Yes, let's go take a look here. Let's grab this line right here, and let's comment out and tag.
Okay, got it. So it puts the closing comment at the last character. All right, sounds good. I like the excellent demo. That got my questions.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, David.
One follow-up. Somebody pinged me and they want to know when's available. Do we have access to this? Not out yet.
It'll be out in release 1.3.5.0, and I don't personally have the timeline for that release. I don't know if Viola's on the line or Fed's on the line that they could possibly answer that question.
Yeah, that's fine. We could find out from our end. I appreciate that. I appreciate you replying.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, David. Steve, there is a question from Tim Link. So I'll just unmute him.
Yes, hi. Do you have a question?
Yeah, one moment.
Okay.
Tim, you are unmuted. You can ask the question to Steve.
Okay, thank you. So maybe you can go to the C++ file as an example.
Okay.
So if I wanted to add after line 135, I want to declare some more variables or something, and I want automatic commenting to be happening. So I don't know if you have to turn that on first.
Commenting.
Or automatic line tagging. That's more.
Okay. Automatic line tagging is on.
Okay. So I want to insert some new stuff between lines 135 and 136.
Okay. Give me an idea of what we want. Just anything?
Yeah. Int A. Just something like that.
Okay.
Okay. So that is the only line being
Well, this got tagged because the brace closed. Is what happened in my file.
Okay, I guess what I saw before was when you did a carriage return from one line to the next, you put an automatic comment on the line you started from. It was in the assembler program. And it's like, well, we didn't change that line.
Let's go over to the assembler program to take a look. Let's untag this. And let's turn on. Did we have automatic tagging on at that point? Or not automatic tagging, but see, there's the ability to skip the automatic tagging for comments here. If we're tagging, if we're putting in comments that we don't want tagged.
Yeah, and I don't think it was a comment. What I had seen was, and maybe it was from the print no gen line, and like you did a carriage return from there.
Yes.
The print no gen line got marked as having been altered.
Yes.
There you go. See, we did not change the print no gen line.
Mm-hmm.
So why we don't want that change file tag on there? Print no gen is not a new line. It was there before.
Actually, let me jump in. Actually, there was a change before the file got edited. Maybe you can try it with a different line, since earlier there was some commas, right? You can try it.
Okay, well, let's try this then. Let's come in here and let's remove the tag, and let me
or save the file down.
Yeah, let me just turn off automatic line tag for just a second, and let's copy this line. Okay, so now it's a clean line. Let's turn back on automatic line tagging and take a look at it. So this line has not been altered since we turned it on. So yes, we would need to take a look at that and adjust that.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. Steve, there is a question from Patrick. So is there a replace tag option that replaces all existing tags with a new tag in a program?
No, there is not. We don't currently have where it would just go through and blanket replace tags, such as like in this file where it's a very long file or a longer file. If we had 4 or 5 tags in here, we don't have a tag replace. We have replace here on the menu key that you can go in and replace the tag, but it wouldn't be associated with the tag feature, so to speak. So in other words, if I went to the tag properties and changed the tag and I wanted them all to change the same, I would have to then go to the replace command and search and replace each one of those tags. So I hope that answers. I know that's not probably the way you'd like to do it right now, but that is the functionality that we have currently.
Okay.
And I hope it answers the question.
Yeah. Thank you, Patrick. And,
as such, I want to say in long files where you do have tags that split off the screen, maybe many lines apart, you can also go up and use the find feature and find and search down to the next tag. So if you've got a tag that's several 100 lines away, you can use our editing tools to find it and locate it.
So Steve, there is another question from Ron.
Okay.
Ron, you're unmuted.
Hi, Steve. On that same file you have open, the assembler, if all I change is, let's say on the one of those commands where it has a comment in green, and all I change is the comment, will it still tag it?
Well, let's go in here and let's set up this file, because we haven't set this one up yet. And We'll just use it. If I come in and change, say like this one here.
No, the next one. It's a valid command, and then it has a comment, and all I change is the comment. Yeah.
Okay, so let's now right now I don't have automatic tagging turned on, so it won't change when this happens. Let's go back and let's turn automatic tagging back on.
Steve, I think we are only, when we meant comment, this is about the comment line and not the comment in the instruction.
We're talking about the comment line above it?
Yes.
Here?
No, I was talking about the one below that you were working on.
Okay, well let's remove this and put this back. Now if I click off of that line, it's going to get tagged.
Okay, good.
I'm sorry, I just had to set up that scenario real quick for you.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to, you answered my question. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Steve, that's a question from Carl. Carl, you're on.
Okay. Hi, Steve. On the Sabre segment, when you tag the line, does it get enclosed in a comment?
Let's go up here and let's tag one real quick.
Steve, this is Ed.
Yes, Ed.
Don't use that line. Use the line below because that's an assembler. Okay.
Oh, that's right. That's what the designated X is for. Okay. Well, here we go. Let's tag this line. So yes, right there, it does get enclosed in comments.
Okay. Thanks.
Ed, there is a question from Carolyn. If you forgot to put tagging on and you already have updated the programs, is there a way to put the tag on all the updates done?
No, the tagging needs to be on and functioning. In other words, once the file is saved, it's saved without the tagging information. So there's no way to go back currently and re-tag, in other words, automatically update that to show all the changed tags, or all the changed lines, rather. And Ed, you can correct me if I'm wrong on that.
No, you're right.
Okay. So, Caroline, does answer your question?
My question was, if the program wasn't saved yet, is there a way to go back on all the instructions that was done and or automatically tag all those?
Not if tagging is not turned on, because at that point in time, it's a manual tag for anything that you change. In other words, it won't know, the program doesn't know that you didn't, it thinks you intentionally didn't tag it, so it doesn't retain that data.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Caroline. And there is a question from Scene. Comment tag, does it work on assembly code in SaberTalk program?
So here's a SaberTalk. Here's our assembly line right here. And so we're asking, does the comment out and tag work in this situation? And yes, what it's going to do is it's going to start it over to the left and comment out that line. Does that answer the question properly? In this situation, if we just wanted to also tag this, as you can see, that tag, this would be a commented out tag for assembly in SaberTalk, and this would be a tagged line for assembler in SaberTalk. And hopefully that will answer either question that he may have, since we can't hear him.
Okay. Steve, there's a question from John.
Okay.
John, you're unmuted now.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, in this example, the splat at Saber test doesn't look like a valid comment to me for a SaberTalk segment. It should be a /*.
So you're saying the asterisk needs to be here?
No, look at the beginning of the statement. You have an asterisk at Sabre test, all the way to the left.
Right. Right.
So that doesn't look like a valid comment to me for Sabre Talk.
Well, it's a
It'd be a slash asterisk.
You're saying here on this line, it needs to change.
Yeah, it should be a slash asterisk.
It needs to change. Okay.
And close.
Right. Okay. I'll make a note of that, and we will take a look at that.
It also appears to be in the wrong card column. I think it's starting one over instead of where it should. I'm not sure of that, though. Yes, it does look like it.
So it should start in column 1 there.
Yeah. Yes. If anybody else knows differently, that's all I know that I would code.
Okay. Well, I'll take a look at our specifications on this and match it up and see if we can't get this added and updated.
And Steve, there's a question from Stacy. Stacy, you are unmuted now.
Okay, my question is, would you be able to highlight a section of code to comment the lines more than one line at a time, or can you just do one line at a time?
Yes, we should be able to comment more than one line at a time.
No, I mean a tag, I'm sorry. Can you tag more than one line? Like, can you highlight more than one line and tag?
Yeah, let's do that. And I hit Control J, and as you can see, our tags came up here on the end.
Okay, nice, thank you.
Yes.
This is Ed. Can I add a couple of additional things, Steve?
Yes, Ed, please.
When we were talking about a line had changed and how do you get off of the line so that the tag would show up, you can just simply click the down arrow or the up arrow on your keyboard. You don't have to use the mouse to click away, or you don't have to hit enter. So if you've changed the line, just simply moving to another line will insert the tag if the automatic tagging is on. The second thing is, Steve, I believe if you could open up, maybe close one of the assembler files without saving it and open it up brand new. I believe that the problem we had with the, do you have any that aren't just continues? Those are good examples, but okay, go after the no-gen. Is automatic tagging on? Is automatic tagging on for this file?
Let's take a look. Yes, it is.
Okay, then just go after that line and then hit enter. So we didn't tag the line. I think before there was a problem with the editor remembering a previous change you had made to that line.
Probably so, yes.
So, okay, so hopefully there won't be a problem there in practice.
Do we have any other questions?
Okay. So, Steve, I don't see any questions further.
Okay. We hope that everyone uses this feature, and we hope it's a benefit to them. And if there's no more questions, I guess this could conclude our demo.
Yeah. Thanks, Steve, for the presentation.
Thanks, Paula.
Before we end this webinar, I'd just like to make you aware that at the end of the session, you'll be presented with a short survey that shouldn't take more than 2 minutes to complete. This survey is important to us because it helps us to better understand what your expectations are and to improve our webinars. In addition, following this webinar, we'll be sending you an email with a link to a video recording of this session so that you can pass it on to others who are unable to attend, or you could watch it again at your own convenience. We'll also circulate the zTPFGI product e-zine that details the latest features, product updates, product tips, and so on. And this is sent out every 2 weeks, and it's sent to all of our webinar participants. So you should receive this as well. And in addition, you can access recordings of previous webinars by visiting our website, tpfsoftware.com/webinars.html. And we have many more webinars planned once a month, so please come back and watch any others. So thanks everyone for joining this session, and have a good day.